Okay, so I thought the easiest way to do this would just be to take you through the process, and I use Audacity because that's seems to be the best way to do it. It's free, obviously. So I want to add a new font wave to my battery indicator on my Spectre Saber, which right now I've got this one. Aziz Light! So I want to use this clip here where Gandalf says something about the dawn. Fools, the dawn will take you all. So I want that phrase, the dawn will take you all. So it's right at 3 minutes. I'm going to copy this, and this is how I do it. I use 4K YouTube to MP3 because I've already actually done it once. So I would normally just paste that in, and then it would download to here. So since I already got it, I'm not going to duplicate that effort. So I've already downloaded this sound clip, so we're going to use this one. I use 4K YouTube to MP3, but it only lets you do 15 a day, but I've never had a problem because I don't do that much. And all the online ones just seem to have malware all over the place, so I don't have to deal with that. Sometimes this glitches out on you, but you just open it back up and it's usually still there and everything's fine. So I'm going to go to Audacity, open up new workspace. I'm going to go back to my 4K, click on that folder. It's going to open up to that clip, and I'm going to just drag it over here and drop it. Normally when you paste the link, it just automatically starts downloading it, so it's not trouble. Not any trouble. All right, I'm going to highlight this whole thing here. I'm going to go tracks because we need a mono track, not a stereo track. I'll mix it down to mono there, and I'm going to go over here at around 3 minutes where that clip was, and put my tool here. I use this somewhat. I don't use much anything else. So this is your cursor tool. All right, space bar to play, or you can hit the little arrow here. Fools, the dawn will take you. I'll turn that up a little bit. Fools, the dawn will take you all. So that's right around there. I'm going to zoom in, Control 1. Control 1 and Control 3, zoom in, zoom out. You'll use those all the time. Control 1 to zoom in. And I'm going to scroll over to pull it all over there. And let's hit play. Fools, the dawn will take you all. So you can tell that clip runs from about right here to starts to taper off right there. And spacebar to play. The dawn will take you all. All right, so I'm Control C to copy that. Click down here in this gray area. Control V. Scroll over to the end here, or just Control 3 down to smaller. And there's my clip right there. I don't need this track anymore. If I need it, I could save it and pull more stuff from it, so I'm going to get rid of it. So I'm going to highlight this, Control E to fill up the screen, and then hit play just to see. The dawn will take you all. That's pretty good. I'm going to fade in and fade out always. Highlight that, effect, fade in. Highlight this, effect, fade out. Double check it. The dawn will take you all. All right, so that's not loud enough for me. This is where you're going to run into the clipping issue. There's several different ways you can pull more sound out of this that I found, and I'll show you the best way I've found so far. So first thing I'm going to do is go up here to effect, and I'm going to go down somewhat, and I want to run a high pass filter on it. So I'm going to what this is supposed to do is get rid of any sounds your Saber can't play anyway, or a lot of the sounds. I don't understand all this. I just do these steps that I was taught. So I got it at 100 hertz, 24 decibels, and I hit OK. So it's run my filter through it. So now I need it louder. So the main way you can do that is obviously to amplify it. So you go back up here to Effect, Amplify. And this is where it gets where you can mess up. So when it amplifies, it's got to raise max amplification if you don't want any clipping. And what clipping is when this blue things, when the little peaks and valleys shoot out of the little work area or the sound space. So if I allow clipping, I can amplify it further than that to, like, whatever, and hit OK. And you notice all this blue sound peaks jump out of the boundaries. And if you hit play, the dawn will take you all. Anytime you see this red line, that's clipping. That's where you're going to get those pops and crackles and nasty sounds on your Saber. And it's not good for your speakers either. You don't want that. And I've got to the point where I can tell on my Saber a lot of times if it's popping. I know there's a sound. There's like a certain sound in there with a clip in it. You can pull that into Audacity, look at it, and even fix it, and then put it back on, and it's fine. So even for professional fonts, I've found some clipping in there. So I don't know if people just aren't aware of it, or sometimes they get in a hurry or whatever. But just you'll learn to recognize it the more you do. So you don't want any clipping. So Control Z to go back to where we were. So we're going to Effect. We're going to amplify it. We're not going to allow any clipping because it won't let you go past that point. And then go back down to 0. That's the max amplification. Get back on there. So we're not going to allow clipping. So hit OK. And none of those peaks shoot up past that line. So hit play. Dawn will take you all! And that's plenty loud for what I need, so I'm going to use it just like that. There are ways to squeeze more sound out of it, but I'm not going to get into that here because it makes it more complicated. And it sounds fine like it is. So make sure it's at 44,100 down here. That's where you want it for Profi. You want this at 16. You can change it here. You can change it when you save it. And highlight it. Export selected audio. So I could change it there if I wanted to. It's going to be, Spectre, Trinity. I want font 02 because I'm just going to have 2 in there. Save. All right, so when I go back to my folder, I now have a font 02. The dawn will take you all! And it should be clean and good. Let's see if that helps. Hopefully, if not, you can find whatever else was wrong with it. I guess I'll catch you later.